Previously on TVSins.
Bring out Jadine!
Another 2 minutes of opening credits. I promise this hurts me as much as it hurts you, but actions have consequences. This is what happens when a designer is indecisive. We have 30 tile patterns to choose from. Which do you prefer? All of them! Is it a bad thing for the Mother of Dragons that she can't even play a simple game of eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
How do I know you are who you say you are?
This is a great question, and it's about damn time someone didn't know someone else in the Seven Kingdoms. There are way too many scenes in this series of people recognizing each other because of the most mundane bullshit. Isn't that Shane McNulty? Well, how the f*** would I know? But he's got a freckle.
So I should welcome you into my service because you murdered members of your own family.
Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, the first of her name, Queen of the Andals, and the First Man, Protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the Mother of Dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, and the Breaker of Chains would be excellent at TVSins.
Killing and politics aren't always the same thing.
That's what I thought when this goddamn show started. Now look at me. I get the shakes anytime there's any political meeting of any kind. Parks and Rec broke me out in hives yesterday.
He's in love with you, I think.
Game of friend zones.
A ruler who kills those devoted to her is not a ruler who inspires devotion.
Holy Dragon Balls, this whole scene rules, but does it make sense? Since when is Daenerys apt to invite instruction from someone she just met, especially as stubborn as she is about her own authority? The show had some very interesting things it wanted to do here, but it had to pull a bit of character cheat to do it. Well, now seems like a good time to check in on my contagious disease in front of possible witnesses, and at the moment of my depressing exile, just so the audience can really feel it. Also, if Jorah has grayscale and it's as infectious as the show says it is, he has just infected quite a few people under Daenerys' rule, right? Then they'll touch people who will touch other people, so he's just destroyed Daenerys' chances of ruling the Seven Kingdoms. I'm sure this show will follow through with this logical path and not just throw it aside and forget about it.
Let me speak to her.
It's about damn time. I've had that f***ing Cersei gets hit with a wooden spoon block on my Game of Thrones bingo card since the first season.
How will she serve him?
She will no longer turn left onto Ragman Lane. She will turn right and go to Ragman Harbor.
While I enjoy a good Google Maps Westeros discussion as much as the next throny, every time the show cuts to this Arya storyline, it causes me to have Game of Groans. Seriously, between this and the Sparrows, I'm shocked the show didn't lose half its audience in the 5th season.
She will see.
See what?
Apparently, she will see a hammock made for a giant with no practical purpose to anyone during the day, as it provides no shade. I'm not accustomed to the blue water canal way of things, but couldn't one errant wave spoil all the fruit? I was wrong! The water just dropped 5 feet in an instant, and not one piece of produce is capsized.
You said you didn't know what I would see at the docks.
A man had no idea what a girl would see and what she would not.
Arya stumbled upon an injustice that seems worthy of a many-faced assassination. But what if she had just misinterpreted what she saw? Are we just okay with killing anyone? Oh, right, this is Game of Thrones.
A gift for the thin man.
Man, if Nick Charles showed up right now with a martini in his hand and a broadsword in the other, this would be the greatest show ever. But he didn't.
She's not ready.
Is anyone ever ready to brutally murder a person? Asking for a friend.
Fornication, treason, incest, the murder of King Robert.
Script accidentally includes the exact pitch for the show. Also, I get that Cersei thinks she's above everyone, but I still can't figure out how she thought letting the Sparrows serve their own brand of justice wouldn't bite her in the ass eventually.
He hunted him and caught him and strapped him to a cross, cut away piece after piece, till there was no Theon left.
And now we come to the traditional castration conversation in the episode.
I deserved everything. I deserved to be Reek.
As depressing and, might I add, boring as this whole Greyjoyless storyline is, for once I'm glad that this show kills off characters quickly. Certainly we don't have to put up with him for more than a couple more episodes, right?
But we hit first and hit hard and leave a feast for the crows.
Roll pages?
So have you decided yet whether I'm worthy of your service?
Have you decided yet whether you're going to have me killed?
As much maligned as this season may be, the teaming up of these two is a stroke of genius. It's the Dustin and Steve of Game of Thrones. With that being said, this conversation goes on for another 4 minutes and nothing is accomplished or said that we don't already know, which is a little too Walking Dead for my taste. At least there are no giant confusing melee zombie attacks in this show. It bugged me for so long and now I'm just gonna say it. How the f*** does she have curls like this in the front and not the back? Curling irons aren't a thing in Game of Thrones.
If I want jokes, I'll get myself a proper fool.
TVSins critics and fans.
Not a single person who shares your blood is alive to support you.
Or ride your dragon, if you know what I mean.
Let me fight for her, and I belong to you.
I don't know what Jorah's long game is here, but he's become the most pathetic character on this show, and Sam is still alive.
Thirsty? Confess.
Or just move your head forward a half inch. The spoon is right there.
And all I do is sit here, imagining hideous ways for you to die.
Someone is working out their Catholic school upbringing in this writing. If she's desperate enough to suck the water off the stones, why is she letting it drip back out of her mouth without swallowing it? Not once, but twice.
Does it hurt?
No.
because when the skin cracks open like a dragon egg, it feels like a zippity-doo-dah candy dream.
I've seen the Army of the Dead.
Well, I haven't. Is Dave Bautista good in it? How Zack Snyder-y is it?
Try not to worry, Ollie. I've been worrying about John for years.
Doesn't he mean months? Or maybe a year? The only thing more confusing than the geography on this show is the timetable. Sam rescued Gilly maybe a few months after meeting John, and her baby still looks about the same age. So how has it been years? Wasn't that open sea just a moment ago? CG guys, come on. Just copy-paste water. Is it that hard?
You trust me, Jon Snow? Does that make me a fool?
It absolutely does, but to be fair, with the kind of moves Cersei, Stannis, and Bolton have been making lately, John is maybe only the fourth biggest idiot on this show.
Load of bones.
That's funny. Lord of Bones is what my college girlfriend used to call my college roommate. I didn't even realize Game of Thrones was around back then. Well, me. The secret to surviving the frigid north is no roof. We've been doing it wrong this whole time.
There are old stories about ice spiders big as hounds.
Oh, there are there? Well, that does it. If this show doesn't pony up with some giant ice spiders soon, it's a complete and utter failure on every level. Do my bidding, show.
I put an arrow through his heart.
Oh, come on, this is enemy territory. Why would you shade the truth in the opposite direction? You gave him a merciful death when others wanted to torture him. I know Tormund is going to spell that out here soon, but considering how quickly death can come, I say maybe you lead with that.
This is the way.
Also, I killed the Lord of Bones a minute ago. Hope that's cool.
I'm right behind you, I promise.
This is like the Game of Thrones version of the I'll be right back and the one last job cliches all smashed together. And just like that, this random Ice Queen is tagged for certain death. Game of Thrones, Fallen Kingdom. There's almost 20 minutes left in this episode, and shit's about to get real, and damn it if this show doesn't completely own my ass right now.
Get in line! Get in line!
This section of the fight scene is inspired by a Black Friday sales event at Walmart. Considering the size of the building, how is the giant ever standing up inside in the first place? Bad guy has opportunity to stab hero in the chest, but opts for blunt end of the weapon instead cliche. Yes! And even though this army has shown to be unrelenting, these ice babies are gonna hold for effect for about 10 seconds. Because TV show has a TV show. Also, I get why Carsey is freaked out here. But to be fair, they could just be looking for a 7th person for a friendly game of stickball. Best of luck to you guys. We've unfortunately got Mets tickets, so... does any show finish each episode as strong as Thrones? I swear to Drogon, this show sticks the landing like it's Carrie Strug circa 1996.
This son doing murder to Misa Skin.
Confess.
Sometimes when I'm driving, I have this sudden impulse to turn the wheel quickly, head on into the oncoming car.
Why did you come back?
We played a long game, you and I. But now it's over.
Did I do that?
Does it hurt?
Sucking my will to live!
I'd like to say something that I've prepared. Hello? How about that ride in?
Are you not entertained?